Company looks at recruiters as solution givers or a solution architect, where you suggest certain things, where the organization trusts you and comes back to you saying that, hey, Isaac, this has happened. What can we do? What is an alternate that we can do? What can we look out for? Or how do we sort this issue? How fast we can do this? Those are the questions that management or the business, they come to you for a solution. At that time, if you shun yourself from that place, I think you're losing your, credits there. Right? At the same time, when you help them there, you become the hero. Rather, identify what is very good for you. What are you very good at? Invest on that, capitalize on it, and just grow. If you had to learn everything, you need to go step by step. Everything cannot be there. If I give you, a plate of meals and the chicken biryani and fish curry and all that, will you be able to eat everything in one shot and say, wow, it was amazing? No, definitely not. You will not enjoy. Industry will not enjoy. Why do we have food? Just to enjoy and fill
one thing at a time.
One thing at a time.
Right.
Rolling action.
Welcome back to the Thought Feed presented by Inspirisis Solutions Limited. So we have come to the conclusion of this series with Isaac, and as we've covered a lot of ground on talent acquisition, this final episode we are going to shift our focus to upskilling, promotion, and effective networking. These are the critical areas that any individual of today's market is going to look forward or is looking forward to stay ahead or stay with the trend. And we'll get these insights from our guest today. Isaac, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing great. So this is our final episode under talent acquisition series.
You should be really happy about it, I believe, right?
No,
Finally, how it's done, right?
There's so much to cover, but since we are taking specific topics and covering certain questions, but I've had a great time. So this is the most crucial episode because here you are going to help us with understanding how upskilling is important, how networking plays a great role to get the right opportunities around. So I would like to start first by asking you, when you started, I'm sure you have seen a huge change from the time you started from the time it is now. So what were your strategies to upskill yourself?
A wonderful question as usual, and kudos to you. You've been really a good host, making the other person very comfortable. So hats off to you. Continue this good job. So first I would like to talk about upskilling. Right? What is upskilling? Now, if you ask me how did I start, I'm basically a BCom graduate. Okay, and if you ask me a BCom and an MSW, past candidate, if you actually had to get into IT recruitment, you need to have some kind of a background of IT, the basic knowledge of Java, what is Java, what is C++, what is C, and all those technical languages. I was zero in it. Okay, honestly speaking, I'm sure you agree with me that a BCom candidate would definitely not know anything about computer science. So somebody had that trust that Isaac will be able to cope up, learn, and then give the output that is required. So somebody trusted on me and gave me that training. The first year was definitely a challenge because I did not understand the A, B, C, D of whatever IT recruitment is all about. But then later on, I started understanding how well it worked and why did it work, what is required for which skill set, for which organization, and how does it work. All that. It took a lot of time for me. You directly do not pass everything, or you don't get a distinction directly. You fail sometimes, you get low marks, then only you succeed, because that's the way that you find out easy routes to be little faster than where you started. So my career started that way and understood the skill set slowly, tried to achieve my targets, and I became the number one recruiter in that particular organization. So, which actually gave me a lot of confidence. With that confidence, I started learning much more. Say, for example, I worked for an entry level requirement in the initial days, and then I moved on to the mid level, requirements. Today, I'm able to work for the senior most requirement of any organization that I work for, which actually gives me a lot of courage. Which gave me a lot of energy to do so, because I understand what an organization requires and what in the management, they expect from a candidate.
Right.
All this doesn't happen overnight, right? It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of your interest that is required for you to understand things, and then you come up. So it took a lot of time, and these 16 years have been really wonderful. The passion towards I have recruitment has definitely shown in multiple ways, and yes, upskilling is very important. Gone are those days where we say that I know only these skills, I am very good at it. No, you need to upgrade yourself. You need to know what are the latest technologies that are evolving in the current market. What is the cost for those skilled professionals? Which company hires for which skill set? What is the notice period? What is the combination of skill sets that is required for any organization? How does one skill set work with other skill sets? That's very much important for today's recruitment, talent acquisition, basically, because in the initial days we had just an example that we had Java with Spring as a requirement, Java with struts as a requirement, Java with Hibernate and struts as a requirement. Today we have only one thing, which is called Java full stack,
Right.
which is summed up, which includes everything, right? So that's a simple example which I could recollect, the moment I want to give an example on this. So everything has changed, and we are in a place where we need to upgrade ourselves, uh, see what next can we do, what can we study more, how can we compete. uh, I mean, today if you're not ready to learn, I think you're out of the race,
Right.
so everybody has to
Somewhere
learn,
the relevance part
right?
kind of gets blurred.
Very much. And you still say I know, in those days. When you start saying those days, you still
That's
remain
it. You
this.
lose your
That's
root
it.
there.
Yeah. The moment you are in with the team, I think you upgrade yourself. You have that energy to convey that to your team also. Guys, come on, let's learn something new. Get into a lot of training programs where you understand a lot of skill sets. Never sit idle. I hope you understand that all the recruiters are creative, innovative, and dedicated, right? Just for a reason that they never give up. This word is very favorite of mine, because never give up attitude is the attitude of all the recruiters. Be it a candidate who's trying to cheat, be it a candidate who's really honest, be it a candidate who is wanting to dodge. The recruiter believes in each of the candidate. Okay, whether he joins or not, the recruiter does not show the face. Although they will have all tension inside, because if the candidate doesn't join on that particular day, I'm sure you know the tension that the business will create,
Yes.
with you. And knowing that the candidate still trusts on the recruiter trusts on the candidate, and somehow creates that courage to wait, hold on, for the candidate to onboard. End of the day, when that is not happening, I think it's going to be a very, very good day for the recruiter. And they still never give up, because they convince the business saying that I'll get you an immediate joining, right? So they never go down saying that he didn't join. I'm very sorry. I don't know what to do. They don't give that. They come back with a bang and say that I will get you immediate joining. I will not let it go down. Right? That's the never give up attitude that I find any recruiter in today's world. And how do you get it? Upskill. Because only when I know that I will be able to get something, I'll be able to vouch for it. Otherwise, I'll not be able to say. I'll just show a sad face and sit on my seat and say, "What am I to do?" Right? If you say today, "What am I to do?" I think any company will kick you out. Right? You cannot be there. Company looks at recruiters as solution givers or a solution architect, where you suggest certain things, where the organization trusts you and comes back to you saying that, "Hey, Isaac, this has happened. What can we do? What is an alternate that we can do? What can we look out for? Or how do we sort this issue? How fast we can do this?" Those are the questions that management or the business, they come to you for a solution. At that time, if you shun yourself from that place, I think you're losing your credits there, right? When you at the same time, when you help them there, you become the hero, right? Most of the recruiters try and want to become that hero character, and I wish that all of us are almost there, right? Just that we need to learn a little more and upgrade ourselves, and know what is the current trend that is happening. When you talk about upskilling again, uh, what are the technologies that are evolving today? What is the latest trend and who's hiring what? Like I mentioned sometime earlier.
Understanding
Understand
organizations' requirements,
exactly
how it
what
is
is required
changing.
by whom and why.
Hmm.
Right? When you do this groundwork,
Hmm.
I think you are on par with the market.
Right.
You're never lost. So I think upskilling definitely plays a very important role. And recruiters, I urge people who have not started upskilling themselves, please upskill yourselves. Okay,
Right.
that's very important.
So, since you spoke about importance of upskilling and how everybody should understand the role that they play, the kind of guidance that they need, most importantly, under which they should know where they're heading to, and how important it is to deal with, the upcoming trend, or to basically be relevant. Now, in this current situation, there are so many skills that everybody needs in a workplace environment. And I remember like a couple of years ago where people were talking about, how LinkedIn feed is filled with people showing up their certifications and so many things that they are basically, promoting themselves in a way which is good. But at the same time, I feel it can get a little overwhelming looking at that, and suddenly it makes people think that where is my career heading? What am I doing? So with so many skills around, each certification, or for a specific skill and things like that, how do individuals understand? How can they sort out as which skill is important? Is it technical skill that they need to focus on, or is it soft skills that they need to focus on? What exactly? How do they deal with this?
According to talent acquisition, yes, what you rightly said is like, people, today's world is about social media, right?
Yes,
And
that is-
everything that you want to showcase, you want to portray yourself is through the social media. And are we really carried about by seeing or watching these social media videos and posts? Yes, we are carried away. We see, all these posts getting, the certificates, the additional awards that they get. Certificates, when everybody gets, the recruiter obviously says, man, am I there? Do I have to do so many things to get notified? No, not required. Your skill. Every recruiter is unique, right? None of them are same. So you never need to worry about so many certificates that are scrolling, in any platform as such. In social media, you have so many ways to learn a lot of things. First and foremost is about the soft skills. It can be email etiquette. It can be the way that you communicate. It can be the way that you want to, interact with your candidate, or it can be the way that you want to suggest something to your management. Anything requires a soft skill. So basically, this is more than enough. And there's a summer in Tamil. There is a, in Tamil movie there is a dialogue which says, "Varadada vavan sonna engirandu varum." Right? When something you know that it will not come, you still want that to come. It will not come. Rather, identify what is very good for you. What are you very good at? Invest on that. Capitalize on it, and just grow. Right? People, when they actually met me, they said, "Why HR? Why recruitment? There is no scope in recruitment after few years." I said, "Boss, you don't care. Worry about it. It's my passion. I want to drive it, and I want to explore that. I want to come up in life with TA, and I think I have the capacity to grow up in recruitment." Today we are talking about that. Neither you would have imagined that you will interview Isaac, or Isaac wouldn't have imagined that Yamini will, interview. But somewhere we have achieved something that we are able to discuss, talk the success stories today, which means that, again, the never give up attitude, which I told you, that's a very favorite thing. And one more thing which I always like is ordinary people doing the extraordinary. I'm a very ordinary guy, but if I believe that I can do something extraordinary, and here am I today, right? And don't get carried away by what people say. Today's trend is like, when somebody gets something, I also need to get it. It's not about, do I have the capacity, do I have the need. Actually, it's not about validation of all this. He has got, or she has got, I should get it today. right? That's the comparison that we have in today's world.
And not succumb to self-doubt looking at all these things.
Exactly. And when we go that, I think we will surely get hit somewhere, and then we look up and say, "Oh my God, I should have not done it."
Right.
Right? I think that should not be there. When you want to grow, think what you're very good at. Try if you want to. If you're very worried about the certifications, do it when you have time. Don't take this as the major work. Lose on whatever you are doing and then sit on the certification and break your head. See, there are so many certifications where you understand about the organizational culture. You talk about the project management skills. You talk about a lot more things. The development of an organization. You have a lot of certifications under HR. But is this apt and relevant for whatever you are doing?
Right.
Is what you can validate, right? Or sit with your bosses, sit with your managers, talk to them that you wanted to learn this. Will it be useful for me, or what should I do? So that your manager will be definitely happy about listening to you first of all,
Yes.
and then suggesting to you as a mentor. That will be very important and that will be useful for you.
That will also elevate their role from the current
very much.
role.
They'll exactly suggest what will elevate you.
Yes.
Right, rather than doing some certification and showcasing it, saying that I did this, I did that, but end of the day, will it be a game changer for you? No, because it's something that is irrelevant that you're doing.
Yeah.
Just because you have time and you say that I have got certified, now nobody's going to give you a very good appraisal.
It's the involvement that matters.
Exactly. How theoretically you learn and how you apply.
Correct.
If you're able to apply it, I think that's the best thing that you can ever do. Right? At least you can try it. That's where we need to definitely focus and don't get carried away by what people say, what you see on the social media, and what forwards that you get over WhatsApp these days. Just read it. If you think it is apt for you, take it. Else, leave it. Right? Don't take everything on your mind and say that I'm so pressurized.
Yeah.
These days, we often hear this word called pressure, tension. Not at all required. Depression, yeah. Because of this, they get into depression. I think when people say that they are too busy, I say, come on, give me a break. Everybody is busy, right? And you're not so pressurized or tensed to use these words. You just need to find time for everything. Right? And when you talk about skill sets, it's all about what you learn from people, what you hear from people, while screening your resumes, you learn a lot. That gives you a self-certification. That when you take a 10 years profile, what all should be there in the profile? Is that there or not?
Yeah, I think that the
Screening
CV gives a reality check.
Very much.
Because,
Going through the project details,
right?
Of what you worked on, what skills have you worked on? Is it really going to be relevant for what I validate you
it
for?
also shows the trajectory from where we started and where we ended.
Correct, exactly. So that is very important. See, and if somebody is taking more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes to screen a profile, I think they have still not understood what recruitment is all about, right? It hardly takes about a minute or two to screen a resume. Maybe maximum of 5 minutes for a fresher to screen, but still that is more than enough, right? 2 minutes, if that profile will be relevant or relevant, at least even a minute we'll be able to screen the profile. But you learn a lot when you screen the profiles on the project details. Focus more on what you want to be rather than focused on where will I get good name, how will people praise me, I want to get I want to be famous. Of doing what? Of doing something irrelevant? No. Do something which is required for you and by the organization. That will be better, right? That will help you to grow up in your professional ladder. That will help you to reach the next level in your organization.
Like you said, one is to identify where your strength lies. Also, before that is where is your liking towards, in which you can excel. Third is probably making short-term goals. Maybe that can. Do you think that will help?
Short-term goals definitely will help, yeah. Because long-term goals we will try to do it. We keep on trying, and there's no end at all. So short-term goals will definitely help you to progress in your career.
Yeah, maybe just an initial boost that yes,
definitely.
I am good at it. I'm good.
Some
at it.
positive vibrations when you have short-term goals. Yeah,
True.
much needed.
Also, I think somewhere with so much of knowledge flooding on our feeds every time, it's so difficult to keep up with what's actually happening. Like there's too much information, and I feel it is difficult one to remember, and suddenly you feel so out of the place that okay, now which part of that news is so that is relevant for me, and it will overwhelm people, as you know, which we spoke about AI and all that, and that added another pressure of how to upskill ourselves,
true.
upgrade ourselves.
Yeah.
So how much of a positive effect and negative effect it has of this knowledge flooding that is happening all over the internet?
See, if you want to learn everything, not possible. If you want to excel in everything, not possible. If you want to be the number one in everything, not possible.
Why do you say that?
No, everybody wants to become the number one. Everybody, okay, but only one person can get first rank in the class, correct? Right? And if you had to learn everything, you need to go step by step. Everything cannot be there in the, if I give you, a plate of meals and a chicken biryani and a fish curry and all that, will you be able to eat everything at one shot and say, wow, it was amazing? No, definitely not. You will not enjoy. End of the day, you will not enjoy. Why do we have food? Just to enjoy and
In
fill
one
our
thing
tummy.
at a time.
In one thing at a time.
Right.
So your focus should be on either your meals or your chicken biryani or your fish curry. The same way, you have to be very focused either on your recruitment life, right, or something else that you want to do. You take that as a challenge, fix a short-term goal, work towards it, progress in life, be an achiever. You will fail. You will 100% fail. No worries. Nobody's here, pulling up the collars and saying, I did it in the first time and I'm the winner, I'm the best. No. All of us have tried a lot of things. All of us have failed. All of us have fallen down multiple times. And still, we keep learning. So, I think we should be open enough to learn a lot of things rather than pressuring ourselves by loading with too much of information, data, this, that. And end of the day, we finally, like what you said, you get confused. Where am I heading to? What am I supposed to do? Like when you wake up and say, where am I? Where am I sitting? It's like that.
Yeah.
So we need to be a little focused on what we want so that we can walk towards it. Be a part of a forum. Go there. Go talk.
Right.
Speak something about you and your organization. Talk about the skill sets that you're aware of. People will be there to listen to you, and definitely if you are accepted, they'll respond back by just clapping hands, which will encourage you to go to the next level. We have never left anybody to be what they are. We always want them to be what you want them to be. That's the biggest mistake that we do in today's trend.